Hello, hockey fans and Oilers fans. Austin here, and in today's video, I will be talking about the Oilers' 6-1 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins. My apologies for my voice and my energy levels. I am battling some kind of cold or something. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm going to try and keep this video as quickly and as brief as possible. This is not going to be as long as my usual day afters, just because it is a little bit difficult for me to speak right now. But for those of you who are new to the channel, what the heck is the day after? Well, it's an episode where I talk about the previous Oilers game the day after, and I bring up different topics that I want to talk about that I don't usually bring up in the post-game recap, or I will bring up in the recap, but I want to elaborate on a little bit more the day after. Now, if you want daily Oilers content, you are in the right place. I literally upload every single day, so if you are new here or if you are a returning viewer and you are not yet subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do Oilers content every day, and it is so much fun, and the community here is great, very positive. You guys are seriously the best, so thank you for your support lately. So Edmonton, they win 6-1 over the Penguins, and the Penguins are reeling. Now, last night, I couldn't quite get a gauge on whether the Oilers were just playing really good or if the Penguins were just playing very poorly. I think it was a combination of both. It was nice to see Edmonton take advantage of a Penguins team that is struggling right now, and it was nice to see a bit of an offensive outburst for the Oilers as well. I felt like they had been due for a little bit. We're usually used to seeing Edmonton score in bunches, and it had been a while since Edmonton had scored in bunches like this. Even Cody Ceci scoring. That's his second goal of the season. We love it. Poor Connor Brown, though. I really thought on a night where guys like Cody Ceci were putting the puck in the net, we would have seen a Connor Brown goal. I would have actually liked to see Connor Brown get more ice time in the third period. I would have liked to see him get a couple shifts with Connor McDavid just to try and get him off of that. The schneid is what they say. So Edmonton, they improved to 37-20-2. That is their fourth straight game of giving up 2 goals or less. So defensively and their goaltending, it's all starting to round back into form from before the All-Star break. As we all know, after the All-Star break, their first 10 games post All-Star break, the Oilers were giving up 3 or more goals in every game. Defensively, their structure looked a little off. Numerous players looked off. The team was barely hanging around 500 for the first 10 games after the All-Star break, but since the game against the Kings, they've been playing very good hockey, so that's good to see. Goaltending also has been very solid. Stuart Skinner been very good. Calvin Pickard, quality start against Penguins last night. Not like the Oilers gave up too many high-danger chances, but when they did, Calvin Pickard was there to make the save. It is unfortunate that Calvin Pickard could not get the shutout. I was really rooting for him. What a strange bounce. That puck went behind the net. It went off like Cody Ceci's foot, bounced over in front where Brett Kulak was standing. Kulak couldn't get a stick on it. Evgeny Malkin put it home. There's not much Calvin Pickard could do there. That sucked. So yeah, just speaking of the post All-Star funk, as I called it, looks like that seems to be gone. The Oilers are definitely back. They're back looking like the team that they were during that 16-game win streak. Hyman is now up to 42 goals on the season, and I cannot say enough good things about Zach Hyman. This is a player that reminds me of Ryan Smith. He's like the most skilled he's the most skilled, unskilled player, if that makes sense, and I don't want that to sound like offensive to Zach Hyman because he's obviously a terrific player. But it's just that go to the dirty areas, the hard work, that type of player, the sandpaper, the grit, just do whatever it takes to get a puck into the net. That style of player, we love Zach Hyman. So 42 goals for Hyman. He's on pace for almost 60 this season. And if he were to hit 60 goals, man, holy smokes, I don't even know what my reaction would be to that. Now, McDavid, he is just 8 points back of Kucherov, but he does have 5 games in hand. So Connor McDavid hit 97 points, 97 for 97. We love it. So yeah, he's 8 points back of Kucherov with 5 games in hand. At the All-Star break, I believe Connor McDavid, they put a graphic up on Sportsnet last night. I think he was 15 or 16 points back, but now he's only 8 points back, and considering how the Oilers usually play in March and April, the last couple of seasons, and the points that Connor McDavid puts up in those 2 months as well, don't be surprised to see McDavid come away with the Art Ross trophy. He is well on the way to that, and he's also on pace for 100 assists, and I mentioned in a previous video, he'd be one of only 4 players to do it. So only 3 players have ever done it. He would be the 4th. Now, a look at the road trip coming up for the Oilers. So they are heading out east. So if you live in Alberta or BC or Saskatchewan, if you live in Western Canada, you love these eastern road trips because the team plays early and we're not going to bed at 10 or 11 p.m., which is awesome. First game is in Boston, so that's going to be a tough matchup, although the Bruins are not really the big bad Bruins, although the Oilers will be looking for some revenge. Boston did beat them 6-5 in overtime about a week and a half ago now. So Edmonton's going to be looking to get some revenge for that game. And then the Oilers play Columbus, and that is a game where you circle on the calendar and you should be penciling a win, but there's no guarantees in this league, but that's just my opinion. That's a game that should be winnable for Edmonton. Then they play Buffalo, again, another winnable game here. The Sabres, for some reason, they just can't seem to put it all together and get it going, which is very unfortunate because they have so much talent on that team. Poor Sabres, they remind me of the Decade of Darkness Oilers, except this team in Buffalo should actually be winning games. Out of the 10 years that it took Edmonton to make the playoffs during the Decade of Darkness, I'd say maybe only like one or two ever deserved to probably make the playoffs. The rest of those teams were like terrible. On paper, the Sabres should be better. They've had lots of injuries, obviously, but and then the last game on the road trip is in Pittsburgh, and that is a very early matinee game. I think that's 11 a.m. Alberta time or Mountain Standard Time. So that, again, you'd look at that as winnable. I think every single game on this road trip is winnable, but at minimum, I think the Oilers should be winning 3 out of the 4 games on the trip. The trade deadline is Friday, March 8th, and I have been very vocal in the talking points and the things that I think Edmonton needs. Now, I did find it interesting last night that Nurse was paired with Desharnais and Kulak was paired with Ceci. I don't know if that's something that needs to be looked at a little bit deeper. I don't know. Chris Knobloch was kind of asked about it, and he kind of gave a non-answer to the media. That didn't even feel like he was the one that made that decision. I feel like management made that decision. They want to get different looks on the defensive side, on that, especially the right side with Nurse, because I do think Cody Ceci's days are numbered in Edmonton. So don't be surprised to see the Oilers pick up a defenseman at the trade deadline, and don't be surprised if they pick up some type of top 6 scoring winger if they can do it, because Matthias Janmark, he was on a bit of a heater, but the more he plays in the top 6, the more he plays with Nugent Hopkins and Evander Kane, the less fun I have watching. So that was actually kind of the only negative last night. I think the Nuge line was the only line that didn't produce in a positive way, looking at the metrics and the on-ice metrics and all that good stuff. The Nuge line definitely didn't play great. I thought the fourth line played really good. It was nice to see Sam Gagner in the lineup again. Hopefully Sam Gagner continues to get more ice time. We love Sam Gagner, but that's pretty much my talking points today. I do apologize for a shorter day after video. Like I said, I'm battling some kind of virus right now. I'm not sure what it is, so I'm trying to just keep the energy levels up for you guys. I try and keep these videos very engaging, so if you guys liked it, make sure you hit like. If you really liked it, make sure you hit subscribe. What do you think about the game last night? What do you think the Oilers should be going for at the trade deadline? What do you think of Sam Gagner back in the lineup? Do you think he should be in there a little bit more often? And what do we think about this road trip coming up? Make sure you let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the pre-game report between the Oilers and Bruins. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I'll see you soon. Take care.